Previously on Miss President.
Jennifer Wairimu Waringi to step forward. Jeptanui Faith Chebi. Josephine Mbone Agamu. We are sorry to say we have to let you go home.
Juliet Mapenzi Rua, please step forward. Linda Nyakio Kamau, please step forward. Lynette Mosa Mavu, please step forward. Lucy Daisy Mwangi, please step forward. Congratulations. For now you're safe. You've been nominated to the next step of this show.
Mary Wawira Njue to step forward. Mary Mudachi. And Mary Miana to step forward. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So in one glance, this is who's moving to the next level. Who has been eliminated. We are now at the end of the first part of the extraordinary journey for the search for Kenya's first reality TV leader. Having seen 70 powerful performances over the last 3 weeks, are you still deciding if you would vote for a female president? You are watching Miss President, and this is the final audition show. 70 women came in, 30 will be leaving us, and 40 move on to the next stage on this show, to the Miss President Academy. We asked the same women one question: are you willing to take on the highest mantle of leadership, the presidency, and become Miss President? Each one of them said, of course. While here, they will do their very best to persuade the judges and eventually you that they are eager, enthusiastic, and very able to be Miss President. So, join us on this final stretch of this adventure with these leaders who have left the comfort of their homes, their loved ones, and their workplace to come and compete amongst intelligent, determined, and dare I say fearless ladies in pursuit of a very noble cause: service to country. Over 1,000 applications were received from all over Kenya, and from these, 70 contestants were shortlisted. In this episode, we meet the final contestants battling it out for a chance to remain in the academy. You can be sure that at every stage of this competition, you will be at the edge of your seat as these capable women try to convince the judges and you at home why they should be selected to enter the academy. Don't go away. Keep watching to get to know your contestants' strengths and weakness. Let's meet our esteemed judges for this episode.
I'm Dr. Zipporah Okoth. I'm a lecturer of film and theatre arts at Kenyatta University. I'm also the founder of the Lake International Pan-African Film Festival. I'm a gender consultant and a performing artist. I'm looking for people who are informed, presentable, affirm, and have a purpose.
I am Harrison Manga, your judge for today. I work at Media Focus in Africa, where I am programs manager. My area of expertise is in gender mainstreaming. When I look at the contestants that come before us, I am looking for knowledge, I'm looking for coherence, I'm looking for passion, I'm looking for personality.
In this episode, the last group of contestants face the judges for the first time.
I've been involved in a few projects in Nakuru County, most especially dealing with peace.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I've grown up in a conflict-prone areas.
Yes.
You know of clashes in Joro. Yeah,
Yes.
we lived through that. So I'm really passionate about it. We are standing on the grounds that were fought for by our forefathers, who fought for independence and a space for us to have the freedoms that we are enjoying today. More specifically, I would want to celebrate the women who came before us. Mekatilili Wamenza, the women who refused to be cowed, who refused to be put in a box, but stood up and fought that we may be able to get to the level that we are. That responsibility is bestowed on us to give a history of what women leadership will be for us. Thank you very much. I would like to leave you with this quote. The hand that rocks the cradle, the procreation, the journey of tomorrow, a woman forms the decision of the community civilization.
Wow, there's a quote I was supposed to give, and my God, I forgot the lines. And I said something, and the judges were laughing, and we just laughed together, and I really had to do the quote again. Yeah, but I'm happy I've given it out there.
Leadership is something I started from way back when I was a small kid in my primary school, growing up to secondary school. Prefect, being the house patron, and then as a student leader in my campus years. Okay. I'm currently a high school teacher. Away from teaching, I also am a leader. I'm passionate about social change, and I believe in working with my community to create something bigger. And it's because of this that I started a non-profit organization that supports orphans and vulnerable children. Currently, we are supporting 1,000 children from their households. I want to appreciate my father because he's the reason why I'm this courageous. To the young girls out there who I'm very particular about, I want to tell them to give the best of them all in whatever activities they involve themselves. Passionate about social change, I want to tell each one of us to lift as we climb. For the ladies who we are here, it's important that we get to mentor and nurture other girls to join us.
Have you always wanted to be a leader?
Yes, I've always wanted to be a leader.
Why?
Because I feel that I need to make a change. Because I feel those who are there are not doing what they need to do to make a change. I feel like those who are there are not giving us the change that we want. I want to be the president. I want to change everything. I want to change my life. I want to change the society. I want to change the country and the world at large. My life is actually a book. And it has been full of ups and downs. At some point I felt the society has let me down. I've been despised. I've been betrayed by people that are so close and everything. And I've always felt like, I'm done. But I have that push right now. And I've decided that I need to make a move. And despite everything that I've gone through in my past, they don't stop me from moving. And I just want to move forward and bring change. And I want to be the Miss President.
We haven't really outlined properly what exactly gender inclusive advocacy means. So personally, in my own definition, gender inclusive advocacy means going straight up to a man, in this case you,
Yes.
and telling them, listen, there is more to me than this.
Yes.
And you have to sit down with me. And I have to write down and list down everything and explain to you the tactics of why it is vital and important for you and me to work together. I have published a book called The Feminist in Us, and it's about the misconceptions about feminism around the world, where I took different quotes from from men and women from all over the world and put them together in order to make people understand that we have to support feminism. One of the most important roles of a leader is to act as a mediator, because you get a set of group of people from diverse places, And you know, sometimes having understanding at those places is very hard. So as a leader, you have to come in, listen to what they are saying, analyze the situation, listen to everyone's opinion, and then mediate and come to a stable ground where everybody will move forward. I am slowly breaking down the stereotypes about the women of Mombasa out here, but I also need you guys' support, and not only me, but the rest of the young ladies out there need your support. We need to have a gender-inclusive community, because that's the only way we're going to achieve so much in so much magnitude.
Nancy Kemunto from Kisii County is up and ready to go and prove that she can be Miss President. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. I'm ready. I'm baked.
Nice.
Yeah. Your Excellencies, heads of states, ambassadors, high commissioners, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Today is indeed a great day that we are gathered here to celebrate this day of Jamhuri Day. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an enemy within us, and that enemy is corruption and impunity. So, therefore, I would like to urge, like all the Kenyans, my fellow Kenyans, to join my government and I in this fight against corruption and impunity. This is just but the beginning of me. Regardless of whatever outcome that will come, I'm a space to look out and watch out for.
I've been ready ever since, and Miss President coming out and the interview and all that. I know this is a chance that I've been waiting for, and all the challenges that I've passed through and where I come from, this is an inspiration to many, and I feel happy that I'm here. Whatever verdict will be made, I know I'm a strong leader, and I'm going to learn a lot.
I have a foundation. Let me not say a foundation, but it is an initiative called Invest in Me. I am the president and the founder. I graduated in 2016, November. I looked for jobs. I missed a lot of opportunities, not because I was not good enough, because of some things that people wanted you to do, either sexually and all that. I want to tell the young women, the young girls, the youth in this society, even all other citizens in this country, that it is not about the things you missed, the education that you never had, but what is it that it is inside you.
I don't think I'm going home today, but all in all, if I go home, I won't feel remorseful, I won't feel bad, because I know I gave my best, and I know I'm a leader. The fact that I've come, it was not just for nothing.
You've done other leadership stuff before?
Yes,
like
and like entrepreneurship, leadership, especially Tony Elmelu from Nigeria, is among the top 74 contestants in Kenya.
And you came in what position?
Number 1.
You won it? You got it?
Yeah, of course.
But since you tangoja nini, still ingie?
Of course, I'm ready.
Go and wow them.
I run an organization called Women of the Basket. What we do is we take grandmothers at the village level. We help them understand the importance of them weaving and selling the baskets at a better price, because most of them sell them between 500 to 600. But with our organization, you can sell them between 3,000, 4,000. So it's a plus for them and a plus to us, because as Miss President is committed to social change, we aim at doing the same.
So if you were to hire women, would you hire them based on gender balancing, based on their credentials, or based on their age?
You see, for Tony Elmelu, he inspired me. He told me I was at 27, picked as a branch manager. They didn't look at my age. They looked at what I had to offer. So for me, age, not really. You could be so young, but bring it, like deliver more than anybody else.
But I want to believe I did well, like very, very well. I hope the judges pick me. I don't want to go home today, not even tomorrow. This is where I belong. I've always wanted to be a leader, and this is the best platform for me this year.
You are watching Miss President. Over 1,000 applications were received from all over Kenya, and from these, 70 contestants were shortlisted. In this episode, we meet the final contestants battling it out for a chance to remain in the academy. You can be sure that at every stage of this competition, you will be at the edge of your seat as these capable women try to convince the judges and you at home why they should be selected to enter the academy. Don't go away. Keep watching to get to know your contestants' strengths and weakness. Here are the contestants who've made it to the academy. Joined by the contestants who are nominated today to the next step to bring us to our top 40 contestants. How long has your journey at leadership been? Because I know this is not your first shot at leadership.
I would put it at about close to 15 years.
Whoa.
Yes, and leadership in different contexts. Of course, journeying through life and being able to demonstrate to women that you can succeed despite where you come from. I've had a rich life. Mm-hmm. My 41 years have been well spent in my community. Yes, I grew up in public service, and I feel what I'm doing now is where I'm best at. And of course, I am ready to be the president of this country. Okay. Yes, I cleared school when I was just 17 years and about 9 months. And 2 months later, I got pregnant. And of course, my father was not amused. There's no father who would be amused. I was named after my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, so he really struggled with it. So I did the next thing that any teenager would do. I ran away from home, I eloped. I had 2 other children in quick succession. Sometimes I tear up when I'm in the community and I meet 19-year-old girls who got pregnant and never had a chance to go back to school. Because I had finished my high school, but I still, even with 4 children, was able to pick myself up and get to school and be an accountant and get a master's degree. So when I talk to the girls, when I see a pregnant girl, then I pull them. I pull them and I tell them that you can be me. I feel that matters of sexuality should be demystified more. And even as we let the teachers take lead in teaching sex education, I think as parents, we should also have a very clear role, because we can only give to teachers something to work with. Having grown up between the late 70s and the early 80s, I believe I and my age mates had the best of social services in the country. We had a healthcare system that worked. We had a road network that worked. We had regular maintenance and supplies to our schools at a very low cost. So as president, one of the things that I want to bring back is that culture of public service, the selfless public service culture that existed before then.
How long have you been preparing for leadership?
Consciously?
Yes.
Consciously, probably since 2009. Unconsciously, I'd say since I was a child, because I've always been a prefect, a monitor. You go for family gatherings. Hey, she can do this. Tell them to do that.
Yeah. When there are fights.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would say, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Kenyans, it is a great honor and pleasure for me to be here for us to celebrate this day, Jamhuri Day. Not only to just celebrate the fact that we got independence, but to also flash back and also try and think and rethink exactly what freedom means for us and independence means to us. I would urge all county governments at this point to be able to join me in this fight against corruption so that we can have the true feeling of what freedom is. I'm very passionate about matters society, matters women, and matters leadership. And that can't be achieved if we don't start addressing the people we live with, we know, and we interact with.
Naongoza wakina mama miaka 16.
Miaka 16 unakuwa kiongozi ya wamama?
Nakuwa chairlady.
Chairlady? Miaka 16.
Miaka 16. Nimefanya kazi mingi. Yuko kutoa pesa, kununua nguo, kununua wengine na vyombo ya nyumba. Merry go round.
Nataka unieleze kwa maneno yako tu, ni nini kazi ya rais wetu katika hii nchi?
Amani ndio ya kwanza. Kupeleka watu wake mbele, kupatia pesa ya kufanya biashara.
Sasa wewe kama rais ukipewa hilo jukumu utafanya nini kwa Wakenya?
Kitu ya kwanza, nashukuru Mungu nipatia kiti. Nashukuru tena wenzangu, wamama, vijana, wazee. Nasema asante sana. Nasema asante sana. Nimekaa hapa na nataka kulete habari nimepata kwa hapa kwa huko kaunti yetu, kupelekea wakina mama. Naenda kusomesha wengi, nisikia kwa hapa.
I do deal with models, talent.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because I believe that modeling talent is a tool that can be used to change the societies that we come from.
I would like to see you prove that. That's different.
Yes.
It's very different.
It is.
Yeah?
It is.
And nothing is going to stop you.
Nothing will stop me.
Not even this beautiful baby growing in your belly.
This baby will come, and I will allow him or her to become what they want to be in this life. Because I believe in the power that you can be anything and everything that you have set your mind to become. Pregnancy is not a disease. We women have been blessed to carry children into the world. And sometimes we even work up to the last day, even if we're giving birth tomorrow. And I believe God has blessed me with that strength, that power of a woman, to be able to carry through any project, any kind of work that has come to my way, any responsibility handed down to me, up to the last minute. My mother passed away when I was 16 years old. She was a single mom, and I was a result of a teen pregnancy. And the fact that I didn't have much time to stay with her or talk with her more about parenthood, what I would pass on to my child is that despite what happens to me as a parent to that child, despite what happens to the father to that child, they should learn that life goes on. You become strong, you learn to take care of yourself, and there's nothing that can stop them from achieving what they want to achieve.
Are you in any leadership at all?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Well, I'm an advocate of human rights and social justice at the community level. My platforms are from the community to the national level, because I believe, and my conviction is very strong, that women need to be at the helm in this country.
Wakenya wenzangu, viongozi somo zetu, Wakenya tabaka mbalimbali. Mimi kama rais wenu natamani kuwaelezea kwamba sisi ni Wakenya. Na Kenya imekuwa nchi ambayo imetajika, imetambulika. Lakini sisi kama Wakenya hatujivunii Ukenya wetu. Mimi kama rais natamani kuwaelezea kwamba ni muhimu tupende Kenya yetu. Ni muhimu tujivunie Ukenya wetu. Kwa sababu hatuna nchi nyingine. Ukiangalia mwenzako, yeye ni Mkenya. Ukiangalia jirani yako, wewe ni Mkenya. Naomba kwamba sisi tushikane kama tunataka maendeleo, tuende kwa pamoja, lakini upamoja wetu nguvu yetu ni kwa sababu sisi ni wa Kenya, lakini sio kwa misingi za kikabila.
What I said while, before the judges is a personal conviction, is a belief that I hold dearly about women and leadership, gender and leadership, and equality and inclusion. And so I felt that this is a platform that the world can understand what I believe in and what I think can transform our country.
Miss
Tourism,
Tana River County 20, which is 2 years ago. Last year. That's why you look familiar. So how was that? But do you think that prepared you for this one?
I think so. I believe so.
Kwa nini?
Kwa sababu nikiangalia, unajua saa zingine kuna vitu vinakuvuta.
Yeah.
Hata kama unajipata kwamba okay, this is not true. Lakini unajipata tu, I want to be there. Let me try this. I can. I'm a journalist. I work at a local radio station in Tana River. Hata kulikuwa na wakati nilikuwa nafanya kipindi pale Tana FM radio. Hiyo radio station ambayo ilikuwa nikifanya kazi, ambapo nilikuwa na based on Tana music only. Vijana wa Tana. So I give them hope. Nawaambia kwamba si lazima usubiri ukaambiwa kwamba fanya hiki. Sisi wenyewe tunaweza buni na tunaweza stand out. I do consultation with a bit to do with water, kwa sababu Tana River ni semi-arid by the way. So unapata kwamba source of water, fresh water ni mahali moja peke yake. Kwa hivyo hii mahali ya maji, they are farmers and they are pastoralists. Kwa hivyo mara nyingi inaleta conflict. Kwa hivyo kujaribu kuresolve hivi itakuwa inajaribu kuleta mambo mengi kwa uzuri, kwa sababu development itakuja katika kaunti yetu. Ukiangalia kama ikija katika watoto, kuna mambo na FGM. Najaribu kuspearhead pia, nijaribu kuongelesha wale wazazi ambao bado wanaendelea na hiyo huko kukeketa watoto. Najaribu kuambia kwamba si vizuri, labda mnaharibu watoto katika maisha yao ya pale mbeleni. I'm here ready to become the first female president in Kenya. And I'm here to tell you that women can, because women have the roles and what it's needed to be Kenyan president. So don't undermine women and don't undermine minorities.
Welcome back to Miss President. Over 1,000 applications were received from all over Kenya, and from these, 70 contestants were shortlisted. In this episode, we meet the final contestants battling it out for a chance to remain in the academy. You can be sure that at every stage of this competition, you will be at the edge of your seat as these capable women try to convince the judges and you at home why they should be selected to enter the academy. Don't go away. Keep watching to get to know your contestants' strengths and weakness. Here are the contestants who've made it to the academy. They will be joined by the contestants who are nominated today to the next step to bring us to our top 40 contestants.
I've had opportunities in other areas of leadership.
Like what? Like where?
Like the corporate world.
Oh.
Yes.
As what?
As a marketing manager.
There you are.
For Kenya Airways. Yes.
This then is almost a walk in the park. Kenya Airways is a big airline.
It's a different arena.
Yes.
So let's see how it goes.
So my name, Ta, in Swahili means light, or a lamp, which for me is something very profound. I believe names are like a true reflection of who the person is. And I truly believe that is a reflection of who I am. One of the things that I found really works is actually to employ or give opportunities on merit. So it's not so much because you're female or male, it's just what's your ability, what's your capability, are you teachable, what's your character, what are you offering on the table. Giving opportunities on merit is the most important, and I found that it works. So because I even have a tailor who's, I think he's turning 70, he's quite experienced.
I think I gave it my best. I mean, it was nerve-wracking and not very easy, but I did what I could.
What if you win this compare?
if I win this competition, I won't be surprised because my name has always been, my pseudonym has always been Madam President. People know me as that. I've been in a place where I've seen people compromise on mediocrity just because of poverty. I came up with a foundation to empower youth and women in particular, because where I come from, there's a rich vote among women. I talk to youth, I tour schools, I talk about integrity, because you realize unlearning is harder than instilling.
So in a general sense, what is the role of a leader?
It's management, providing guidance, monitoring, evaluation. This is corporate, and for a president, if I'm president of Kenya, I'll declare war. If I have the opportunity to be a president, which I'll soon be, by the way, you'll remember me for this. My track record will speak for myself. As I've told you, I'm a banker. I juggle between banking and community work, just for the purposes of a better Kenya, for the purposes of better delivery of services, for the purposes of people, unlearning. Retrogressive culture is not here to stay. We can do this. Gender roles are socially constructed, and as such, we can forge a way forward.
So how will you do it in Swahili or will you do it in English?
I was thinking English more to prove people wrong that Kwale pia tunaweza kuongea Kizungu.
Wanajua unaweza kuongea, but you express yourself, but okay, I see what you mean.
But I can do both, right? You said I can do both. So I can mix in some English and Swahili. Then I'm good.
I'm passionate about transformative social change. In 2017, I decided to begin my hijabi show. It's mainly a YouTube channel that focuses on addressing women. So when I began, I was targeting Muslim women. But along the line, I felt like it was not only Muslim women I wanted to talk to, because I felt there are so many stories out there, so many untold stories. I was working on a documentary about female genital mutilation because I have a friend in the coast who has undergone it. And I was working with a certain producer, and we went there for a few days and did a couple of shots, and he was supposed to do the editing for me, journalism things. But this man told me to go to his house if I wanted to edit the work. And for me, that was very disrespectful because I felt like he wanted to take advantage of me. It is quite an honor to be here, and I think that this opportunity is an amazing opportunity, and I really hope everyone else out there follows us along this journey through the entire process and appreciates what we've done, and to appreciate all the people sponsoring this very great project, because this is an amazing opportunity for every person out there.
Finally, the last group of contestants have all stood before the judges. The judges have stepped aside to have a chat and a recap of the day's presentations. Any hopes that you had with some contestants, and you're like, oh my goodness, why? And I have to do this? I'll start with you, Dr.
I'll always say, sometimes don't judge a book by its cover. Because today I judged a lot of books by the cover, looking at somebody, the way they're dressed, sitting in that room. And I'm like, wow, today it's a tough contest.
Okay.
Then people come in, and you wonder what has happened.
Give me an example.
There are quite a number, and then the other thing is, some of them, of course, the questions are the same simple questions, which need your personal interpretation and experience.
Yes.
So some of them already knew the questions, yes, and they were preempting. When you're asking the first question, they are answering the question 1 and the 2 and the 3, and you're like...
And, the belief that, you have to fully utilize the time that you're given. It's as if you don't, then that has a significant bearing on, the decision that we made. But by and large, the decision, it's not just based on how much you say or how long you spend saying it.
So who impressed you then? who then did impress you? I mean, okay, you don't have to say who, but what kind of contestants impressed you? Because the ones you're mentioning are the ones who impressed me.
I think there were quite some inspirational stories, to be honest. People who have overcome great odds, to be very accomplished leadership-wise, career-wise, and all that. So for me, it's been amazing to sit back and meet all these fantastic ladies with such a diverse mix of background and experience and journeys. I mean, it's really great, and I think this came at the right time, and this was such a good platform. I think there are millions of stories like this out there that need to be told. So
I won't ask you that question. Because I know you're like trying to discourage you from asking you that question. Who will stay and who will go? Stay with us. Welcome back to Miss President. Over 1,000 applications were received from all over Kenya, and from these, 70 contestants were shortlisted. In this episode, we meet the final contestants battling it out for a chance to remain in the academy. You can be sure that at every stage of this competition, you will be at the edge of your seat as these capable women try to convince the judges and you at home why they should be selected to enter the academy. Don't go away. Keep watching to get to know your contestants' strengths and weakness. Here are the contestants who've made it to the academy. They'll be joined by the contestants who are nominated today to the next step to bring us to our top 40 contestants. It's about that time. It's a time when you're eagerly waiting to see whether your loved one is going to make it to the next round, and it's going to be tougher from here on. The judge's decision is final. Are you ready?
Yes, we're ready, Jimmy.
Okay, let's have the contestants come in, please. Your Excellencies, good to see you. Karibu sana mami. Mheshimiwa. So this is that time when you all dread. When I say dread, I just means that, you'll continue to play your role as leaders, but some here and some outside the academy. And that role, which is final, a decision which is final, is solely the responsibility of our judges. So I'll hand you over to them.
Hello. Yeah, so this is that part where everyone has been waiting for. And we have to do what we have to do so that we get the ultimate Miss President. If I call your name, step forward. Mercy Mudhoni Kinywa. Millicent Achieng Otieno. Nancy Kemunto. Nancy Makasi. And Nasanai Letakush. We are sorry that you have not made it to the next level. However, we are very proud of you for having made it to this level, and we hope that you'll still continue to make Miss President proud, and you'll continue to be leaders in your different endeavors. Thank you so much. Sorry.
Your Excellency, this is that time where you find out whether you're going to be representing Miss President within the Academy or outside the Academy, but still very strong, because you are winners. That decision to keep you or not is solely the responsibility or in the hands of our judges. So, judges?
Your Excellencies, so if I call your name, please step forward. Okay? Phyllis Wairimu Masharia. Robertina. Winnie Majani. Unfortunately for the three of you, we have to say goodbye today. Thank you.
Follow me, please. Follow me.
So I guess you know what that means, right? You get to stay in for now. So congratulations. Thank you.
Man, that's intense.
It's nerve-wracking, but I'm glad that I get to stay. It was a bit intense, but I think henceforth that will be my highest moments, because he asked me which is your highest moments. I think that would be it.
Your Excellencies, you are winners. 1,000 people to where you're standing right now is quite a feat. However, my job is just to invite you in. The job to keep you or send you outside the academy is this two's job. So, judges.
Good evening. Greetings. This is the time that we have to do this so as to help us get the ultimate Miss President. And if I call your name, you step forward. Nancy Nzisa Michael, Mercy Seraphine Wanyonyi, Nadia Ahmed Dabdala, congratulations, you have made it to the next level.
Please follow me.
Nerea Amondi and Shamala Immaculate, what do you think your fate is?
You understand? My fate, I have made it. That's the hope I have. I believe you will give me another opportunity because you've seen that there's potential for improvement. So I'm still in the race.
You believe you're still in the race? We will say your faith has saved you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I was like, wait. Oh my God, wait.
I said a hip, hop, a hip to the head of the hip, perhaps you don't stop to rock.
I'm still in the race.
Yes!
I am still in the race. It happens.
How are you feeling?
Well, that's why I told you, Jimmy, that I rate myself not a 10 because I feel I need room for improvement. And this is room for improvement that I'm getting. So
But I'm so happy.
Mheshimiwa sikiaje bwana?
Hii kitu tunakwenda hii kitu tunakwenda maana tunajua yenye tunataka. Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on.
Greetings, hello. Yeah, we're here to explain to you the reasons why you have not made it back to the academy. And it's not because you're any less leaders, but it's because today's contestants, the ones who are back into the academy, had more strength than you. Some of you did well, some of you felt you were holding back information. And there are some of you I had to probe and ask a question and a question and a question. It's because I felt there's more that this person has not told me, and that is why I have to ask more questions one after the other. So perhaps we thought maybe, given different circumstances, some more time, especially the younger ones, or some more time as you grow up, circumstances might change, and also out of experience you may be able to connect experiences in your life with wherever you will be.
It's also an opportunity for you to, think in terms of what can improve and what can change going forward. And I think it's important that you are involved in this because you then have interacted with people who probably have been in this journey for a bit. So you may have picked a thing or two. And so you will be better in, years and months to come. And when an opportunity like this arises, you probably will be much better place. So just to really wish you well and to regret that, we have to let people go. The nature of the show is that we have to do it, and it really doesn't speak much about you or what you stand for.
After a day of anxiety, expectations of going through the first stage, and the disappointment of going home too early in the competition, a mixture of questions, curiosity of what might have been, tears, and comforting hugs filled the evening. That's it for today's exciting and final episode of the audition stage. Wow, what a contest. For those who did not make it, what we are certain is that this group of ladies, having done their best and are going home to continue with the individual parts of the leadership. We have 40 women who have impressed you and the judges and they are fit to be Miss President. And what a performance they gave. At the next stage of the competition, they will undergo intensive training, tasks, challenges and problem-solving activities, presentations, and finally, eliminations to eventually be elected Miss President. Do you want to encourage someone? Maybe you want to share your opinion? Give your predictions, perhaps? Tweet us on @media_focus. You can find us on Facebook @mediafocus on Africa, and also on Instagram @mediafocus on Africa. Next week, join us as our top 40 contestants embark on their first training session. It'll be interesting. Before I go, let me challenge you with this quote from Professor Wangari Maathai. No matter who or what we are, or what our capabilities, we are called to do the best that we can. The best that we can. The motivation, the passion, and the wonders on the journey to the top continue with the next episode of Miss President. See you at the Academy.